Hello, this is your favorite show here on TAF TV, the CIA Corner. My name is Ayo Keme, your co-host for today. Now, let's get down to the business of the day. But before we get to what I have for you today, please let's have a standing ovation for our dearest president and Nigeria as a whole, because as of today, dollar is 1,000 naira in their booking markets. Please, wherever you are as a Nigerian, let's give a round of applause to our federal government. They are indeed showing working. All right, now to the details of the story of what I have for you today. Over 300 drone missiles have been launched already. I know you know this story now. Sit back and relax while I bring you details of this story after the break.
Three, two, one, action.
All right, you're welcome back from that quick break. Now let's dive into the story properly. Now, Iran has said that the objective of the attack on Israel has met all its objectives. Now, it will interest you to know that Israel woke up to this shock of over 300 drone missiles launched to their army and has caused a lot of damage, though the specific number is yet to be told. But Iran is telling us that the objective of that attack has been met. Okay, now we could also remember that this is not some Iran firing a first attack. No, now Israel on the 1st of this month actually launched an attack on Iran, and Iran actually promised that that they will not fold their arms and watch Israel go scot-free after that attack. Now, surprisingly to the Israelites, in quotes, they woke up to this shock of over 300 drone missiles, which has caused a lot of damage. And currently now, Iran are boastingly saying that, the objective of that attack has been stated. One will actually wonder, what are the objectives? What are the actual objectives that Iran actually wanted? And they feel they have actually accomplished it, because the attack on when it first got from Israel to Iran, the attack on them was actually much compared to what we're actually seeing now that happened on the 14th of April. Now, one also asks, what is the United Nations doing? Our leaders, the United Leaders in quotes, because primarily they are meant to unite the nations together, because the objectives that Iran is actually surfacing that has been met, we're yet to actually understand. They have not given us details of these objectives, and we are not trying to question them, because they're actually following what has already been done, because the first attack actually came from Israel to them. So this is like a fallback, and they are giving out a straight warning to Israel, telling them they should lay down their arms. They shouldn't, in quote, just like a Nigerian man would say, they should not play such rough play again, because at the end of the day, they are the ones that will pay for it. Now, funny enough, the United States has stated it clearly that they will not let Israel go attacked. And anybody that, in quotes, anybody that attacks Israel generally attacks the United States. Funny enough, so it therefore means that the United States are not alone. Now the question boils back to our leaders, the United Nations leaders, because primarily, just like I said, they are meant to keep our nations together. Now, one will also ask, what will be the next move? Because Israel are saying that, they will not also they will not also fold their arms and watch what has just happened, because at first, in as much as they know that they were the first to actually launch the attack on Iran, now this is like a comeback game for Israel, and now they are actually going back and forth. And most of the reports we are seeing online is that Israel is giving Iran a space of 1 week to actually expect something bigger. Now the bigger question is, I hope the next attack on Iran would not actually result to what everybody is anticipating to be a World War III. Because what affects one affects all. In as much as we are separate as a nation, in as much as we're diverse in our tongues, in our colors, but whatever affects a particular country, one way or the other affects the world at large. So in as much as we know that Israel would not fold their arms and watch this kind of attack happen to them and they just allow it go scot-free. Please, we are asking, I hope this will not result to the much anticipated World War III. And if things get worse, how are the neighboring nations, just like, okay, now let's bring it back home, how are the neighboring nations actually building up defense? Because it will not just end between Israel and Iran. I stand to be corrected, because this is not like a kind of foreplay, because these are arms that actually takes life. These are things that actually destroy properties. So in as much as we know that there's going to be a comeback, how are the United Nations putting things in place to be sure that at the end of the day it will not get to affect the rest of the world and it will not escalate to what is much anticipated to be a World War III? All right, now let's bring this story back home, like back home to Nigeria, because as it stands now, what if there is an attack on Nigeria? In as much as we know that Nigerians, we are very good at launching comedies, because we are not best at missiles, but we are best at comedies. It will interest you to know that most Nigerians have actually made a lot of comedy out of this. If this kind of thing should actually happen to Nigeria, how prepared are we? What are our arsenals? We as a nation, we still have Boko Haram to fight. There is a lot of insecurity in the nation. How prepared are we for such things like this? Do we have enough arsenals? And please, 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 just like I said earlier, our United Nations leaders, please, what are you saying towards this? Is there a way they can bring back peace? Because at this point, the United States are saying, see, they will not fold their arms. That means they are joining forces with Israel to return back those missiles that came from Iran. So it's definitely not going to be a joke. It's not something we just fold our arms. This is not some movie trick. This is not some American ninja act. This is actually real. Would this actually result to World War III? And as a country, we should be cautious, because what affects one affects everybody generally. We should not just make comedy out of these things. We should actually put things in place. Just like in quotes, everybody gets to understand that safety is everybody's business. In as much as it is affecting Israel, it's affecting Iran, most persons will say it is none of our business. But I bet you safety is everybody's business, because what affects one affects all. All right, now this is where we're going to draw our curtains for today. Now do well to follow us up on all our social media handles so that you get to hear trending stories just like this one. My name is Ayo Keme. I've been your co-host for today, and this has been the CIA Corner here on TAF TV. Remember, don't forget to take care of yourself. See you next time.